Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone Bashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Camp of Philly. This is, I will also keep you thee from the hour of temptation, something along those lines. So I'm going to, let's read it, tracing the Russian invasion of Ukraine. So the news here is that the Russians, I believe since the Crimea bridge was destroyed, or part of it destroyed, or I think it was destroyed, or part of it was destroyed or damaged, that the Russians, I believe since Monday, are going to start attacking infrastructure now, and like power plants, roads, and these are the places where they struck. So the point is that the war is escalating, right? Because I believe the Russians the goal is to destroy the Ukrainian military. So that's all the places they hit. So first it was just, a special military operation, and then it escalated farther. So now they're hitting power plants and places that, utilities. So people are going to suffer. All right. And then you have the Europeans. Certain European countries are supporting, saying they're going to support the Ukraine no matter what. All right, it proves that that when an event like this happens, your leaders can start saying draconian type like laws. They can start putting out draconian type laws that can affect our everyday living, that can affect our movement and how much money we make. All right. So the war is escalating. So that's affecting the whole country. So if Russia really wanted to, they could knock out all power in Ukraine, and they would have no power if they wanted to. But they were doing a light hand thing. Now they're putting more of a heavy hand, and they're knocking out certain utilities to slow the militaries down, the Ukrainian military down, which is really the NATO / United States military that's down there providing support. I'm hearing there's Polish troops in Ukraine now, in Ukrainian uniforms. All right, but it escalated. And that's definitely according to prophecy. It's Mark 13:7. It says, "And when ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end is not be yet. But the end shall not be yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom." Yeah, so I'm hearing like, well, Russia's they're not going to launch a low yield weapon. They're going to if they launch a weapon, it's going to be total annihilation of Europe and the United States. Minimal. All right. Japan too, I'm sure. So for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom. So it's not going to be so. Just because this war is going on, it says, but the end is not shall not be yet. Because the rumor of war, we heard about the rumor. Now it's an actual war. All right. So here's the war: for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places. So we're going to get more earthquakes, and there shall be famines, whether artificial or real, right? Which is, different types of famines. You have food famine, obviously. You could have a famine of lack of anything, jobs, safety, food, and troubles. That could be anything, murders, carjackings, right? Kidnappings. What trouble say? Let's look at that up. Yeah. Tarakhe. Disturbance, commotion, metaphor, tumult, sedition. Disturbance. So that can be anything. It's broad. These are the beginning of sorrows. Yeah, so we need the protection of the holy angels. All right, the same angels that protected Elijah and Elisha. Same angels that let Peter and the apostles out of jail when they were locked up. the same angels that secured Israel on our escape from Egypt. All right. Then it said they're going to deliver us up. All right. So be prepared for that too, to bring us to counsel and then to accuse us before the people of us being some type of criminals and lawbreakers, which we're not. We just read the scriptures. We look at Revelation 12:12. It says, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth, which means grief, a bad time, destruction. Woe. It says, woe to the inhabitants of the earth and to the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right. Now the wrath is 2372, and it's killing someone fiercely, to rise up against someone passionately and kill them. Great wrath. All right. Now you had, it says German foreign minister Baerbock. That's how you say. We stand with Ukraine no matter what my German voters think. I know you probably heard about this. That's a draconian thing to say. Like you're protecting. Your interests are to your own people first. All right, so you gotta be very calculated when you help other people. All right, no matter what. That's a hell of a statement to make. That proves that they don't care about their own people. They're just trying to push forth the will of what? The U.S., the whore, really. All right, let's listen to what she got to say.
But if I give the promise to people in Ukraine, we stand with you as long as you need us, then I want to deliver, no matter what my German voters think, but I want to deliver to the people of Ukraine. And this is why, for me, it's important to be always very frank and clear. And this means every measure I'm taking, I have to be clear that this holds on as long as Ukraine needs me. We are facing now a winter time where we will be challenged as democratic politicians. People will go on the street and say, we cannot pay our energy prices. And I will say, yes, I know, so we help you with social measures. But I don't want to say, okay, then we stop the sanctions against Russia. We will stand with Ukraine, and this means the sanction will stay also in winter time, even if it gets really tough for politicians.
Yeah, so this is August 31st, 2022. So the voters don't matter. That's why you know the voting shit is fake. It's the high positions. They don't allow the citizens to make those changes. The very top office, I'm sure maybe the lower offices, but the very high offices, like the office of the presidency, like a foreign minister or something like that, if they are voted in, it's not real. All right, they don't give a damn about what the people think. They're pushing an agenda of what their masters and their handlers are telling them to do. She was told to say that. All right. So imagine if in America, if our leaders, well, they already said it in so many words, but when it comes to we face a threat and they just tell you like, well, you got to take the implant. No matter what, it don't matter. You got to take it. If you don't take it, then you got to go into a camp. You got to take you out the street because you're a security risk. We'll take care of you there in the camp, but you can't be in your home or can't work a job because you're a security risk because you don't want to take the implant. All right. Remember, they do these experiments overseas first, and then they come to America and do these experiments. And sometimes it's vice versa too, but Europe is a great testing ground. Here's an example of what happens during martial law. Martial law is the declared to maintain order during the time of chaos, turmoil. This is a video from 6 months ago, and some music, some kind of sort of epic music playing. So she's going to explain a few things. So let's let that play.
Russia has declared war on Ukraine. After this, Ukraine has imposed martial law. But what happens to a country under martial law? And what does it mean for the people of Ukraine? Martial law means a temporary imposition of military control over the country. This suspends all civil functions and laws. A government generally imposes martial law when they are under attack, like in the case of Ukraine. Martial law has been imposed during conflicts, protests, and when there is an unstable population. Ukraine will now have stricter restrictions. With martial law, restrictions will be imposed on meetings, on movements, and political parties. People in Ukraine are under curfew. Their basic fundamental rights have been suspended. This also means if civilians defy martial law, they will face stricter action from the government. This isn't the first time Ukraine has imposed martial law. Back in 2018, when tensions escalated between Russia and Ukraine, martial law was imposed. Martial law was imposed for 30 days along the regions of the Ukraine and Russia border and at the coasts of the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov. For how many days will martial law be imposed this time? Will Russia succeed in invading Ukraine? Keep following us for more updates.
All right, that's that on martial law. Now, one more scripture and I'll close it out. Why would you want to? Why would martial law take place? Well, something that we lack and that we need, and we going out into the street and saying, well, we need this from our government because it's been cut off. So here's an example. Manila, October 10th, 1976. I believe Manila's in the Philippines, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So let's watch the whole thing. Yeah, a lot of some of these people here, they Israelites, I believe. I don't think these are all heathens. But, people are mingled in among all the nations.
Discussion and debates is confined to the holding of public rallies or debates in a specific place or public plaza, and does not include the marching or holding demonstrations along the streets of the city.
Now, what you're about to see is they're not. That's their own people. These are Filipino government against Filipino people. 10, say 1976 in Manila, over 4 years of martial law. Damn. I'm not sure if they're communists. I'm not sure what the government of the Philippines is during 1976. I'm not sure. And they're getting the shit beat out of them. So why are they out in the street? Because they obviously they want something. They're lacking something. All right. The same thing's going to happen here. The people in America, wherever we dwelling at, they're going to want something, and they're going to go out into the streets, and then they're going to bring the troops out, the police, and they're going to start beating the shit out of people because it's an unlawful assembly. Now he announced that it was an unlawful assembly. Protesting, I believe that you can protest, but it does not include marching up down the street, something like that.
Discussion and debates is confined to the holding of public rallies or debates in a specific place or public plaza, and does not include the marching or holding demonstrations along the streets of the city.
Yeah, it does not. So you can protest, but it does not include holding demonstrations in the streets. All right, roughly what he's saying. So what happens when you don't listen, and when they need to maintain order, the damn nightsticks, they got the wooden batons, I think, right here. They're going to start beating your ass. All right. You saw that? He waited till he turned around, then the other boy on the right side came and started whooping his fucking legs. That shit hurts. Don't think that they're just little pieces of cardboard. Let's see, go ahead. Yeah, that was a light touch compared to what you're gonna do in America. Well, this is in the 70s, 1976 in Plaza Miranda, Manila. We're gonna go to Ezeris. All right. Now, why the city's gonna be cut off? This is gonna tell you here why they're gonna declare martial law. When it says city's cut off, it means martial law. It says a Second Ezra's 15:17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. So you're gonna want to go into another place. To to go to work, to get food, parts for your car or parts for your air conditioner broke down. You ain't gonna be able to get it if it's in another city because they're gonna have the roads blocked off and they're gonna have troops standing there. They're gonna have sentries on roofs with snipers, just in case you get out of pocket. They're gonna hit you. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Now, if men going to be afraid, imagine how pitiful women going to be. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Still rolling. All right. And spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So the cities were cut off up here in the 17th verse. And what was cut off? What was cut off? Food was cut off. It says bread. And because of the goods, whatever you need, like soap, deodorant, toilet tissue, paper towels, like dish towels, utensils. If you don't have those, you're going to have to go to another area to get it. But they're going to cut the cities off, right? And there's several movies. The Siege is one of them that displays martial law being declared, and it shows you what happened in Manila, in the Philippines. All right. They went out in the street. I don't know what the protest was about. That's not really even relevant. They went out to protest, and it was unlawful assembly, and they started beating the shit out of them. And started beating shit down their leg. All right. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. That's hard. You know, you ain't gonna care about you live in a damn row house, man, or an apartment building, and they believe you got something. They're gonna bust in your shit. The cities are cut off. All right. This property is gonna come to pass, and they're gonna need, clean water, nutrients. You might have some ground beef, or cereal, or oatmeal, or electric heater if it's winter time and the gas is cut off, or the electric. Well, if electric cut off, you're fucked. So you're gonna have things that the other guy gonna want. All right. And it says, and a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. All right, so we definitely need protection from Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. He needs this Yahweh Shai to send his angels to protect us, and that can act as a shield. Let me get was it Revelation 3? I think it's Revelation 3. It's Revelation 3 and 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, what? The word of my patience. 5281. Hupamene. Oh, yeah, patience. 5281. Hupamene, which means sustaining his word. In the New Testament, the characteristic of a man who is not swerved from his deliberate purpose. So we have a definite purpose. Our definite purpose is to serve Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That comes first. And his loyalty to faith and piety by even the greatest trials and sufferings. All right, so we're not wavering. We're not swerving. All right. We're focused. We have a definite purpose. It says deliberate. Let's see what deliberate means. I'll say definite purpose. Done consciously and intentionally. Okay. Patience and sustaining. And we got the other word was keep. We got another word here, 3986. It might be a different one. Oh, temptation. 3986. Parasmus. Parasmus. If I'm saying that right. I think I had something on the line. Yeah. Adversity. Affliction, trouble sent by the power and servant to test or prove one's character, faith, and holiness. All right. Our temptation. What? Our martial law, which they're going to institute the implant. And if you don't take the implant, you're going to be put into a concentration camp. So if we keep the word of Yahalba Shema Shai's patience, I mean his commandments, his order, or his will, we will be protected.
Builder supply business.
So what you're saying here is the FEMA or the CDC coffins. All right, in Georgia. All right. CDC coffins in Georgia. And we're going to try to get to it. So basically, years ago, elders and apostles, I believe, brought this out. That they told us, brothers of Great Millstone, that the elite, they plan on killing a bunch of people. So if you kill a bunch of people, you got to dispose of their bodies. Well, I guess you don't have to, but to keep certain things sanitary, you have to remove their bodies and put them in away from the general population. All right, and that's what these coffin liners, but they're coffins, so they're too big to fit in a coffin. Well, they're makeshift coffins that 3 or 4 bodies can fit in the coffin. So the elite plan on killing a bunch of people. All right, and just sticking your dead body in this coffin. All right, because the hour of martial law, people are going to go out to the street and protest because of the lack of bread, because of lack of goods, things they need to maintain their living situation, their bodily cleanliness. They're going to go out into the streets and they're going to protest, and some of them are going to go into these camps, and a lot of you are going to die there. All right, but the prophecy says that his elect, if you keep the word of his patience, Yahweh Shai writes that we're going to be protected from the hour of temptation. It says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. What are we going to be tempted with? The implant. We're going to be tempted with the implant, with the taking the goods of our respective governments where we dwell. Either take those goods and sell out, or which is the implant, food, clean water, soap, supposed safe place, or reject it. So we can either do one or the other. We can either reject those goods or take them. So if we are of the elect, Yahweh Shai is going to keep us. Keep. Yeah, Terio. Guard. To attend, to carefully take care of. So the Lord is going to, Yahweh Shai is going to take care of his elect. That's right there. Take care of. Keep one in a state in which he is. And so we're not going to starve. All right. To reserve, to undergo something. To reserve. Just to guard from loss or injury properly by keeping the eye upon. All right, so Yahweh Shai's eye, which is the angels, their eyes are going to be upon us, and we're going to be kept and protected from our temptation and from this martial law. All right, because this salvation is going to be the greatest salvation, greater than Egypt, greater than any other deliverance that we've ever, greater than all the other judges, the book of Judges, greater than those deliverances. Let's look at the video. It's just a voice. Leave that there. All right. So Yahweh Shai's eye is going to be on us to keep us and guard us from the said evil, our temptation, and from all the perils that's going to come. The perils and destructions and troubles that are going to come with the hour of temptation. So this is very serious. This is why we got to prepare ourselves. Make sure we right with Yahweh Shai. So when this hour comes, when it's not, it's not safe to walk the streets and to work, and the supermarkets are cut off, all we have is Yahweh Shai to protect us and to feed us, or we can run to the government. All right. And now, if they exchange the implant for food, then obviously you don't take that. But if they're just giving things away, like it's going on in Europe, they're going to probably be subsidizing their utilities and all that. You can take that. But if they exchanging, the implant for subsidizing your utilities, food, you don't take that. That's the implant. That's the thing that will cause you to be destroyed by nuclear fire, by the hellfire. All right. So here it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands, meaning weapons, guns, rifles, handguns, for their missiles, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions shall stand their power. So you're going to have certain, government officials, mayors, police officers, detectives, people in charge of things are going to get put to death by citizens. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. This is martial law. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, and the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Yeah, people you ever heard the term they rifled the house? I mean, they were going to run through the house, beat the shit out of everybody's there, tie them up, take them out the house, and take what their resources that they have in the house, or they might just stay in the house and hold you captive. And the only way you're going to be protected is if you have kept the word of the Lord's patience. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which is the implant / martial law. All right. Last one. Psalms 91. Security of the one who trusts in Yahweh. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of Yahweh, he is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in him will I trust. So that's who we trust in. We don't have trust in the government in exchange for implant, food, resources, and all that. We're not doing that, because we are dwelling in the secret place of the Almighty, Yahweh and his Son Yahweh Shai. So I'll leave that there. Hope you're edified. Shalom.